You're 8 seconds old. Born on December 10th, 2025 in northern India. You're a little girl who will be named Lakshmi. You are the first protagonist in our film. "30,000 girls are born each day in India. That's one every 3 seconds.
Shall I give it to her mum? Here's your princess.
She's beautiful. And this is your daddy.
So cute.
Oh, you're very happy in daddy's arms.
I really wanted a girl. For us, the goddess Lakshmi has come into our home.
Lakshmi, you share your name with a goddess who brings good fortune and prosperity.
I'm her grandmother, and I'm very happy. She's my only granddaughter. We prayed for a girl, and now God has given her to us. So we're going to celebrate.
Their joy over welcoming a little girl into the world has not always been the norm here. In fact, for many, many years, in both India and China, the birth of a girl was often a cause of concern. Boys were preferred instead, and were often spoiled. Millions even made an active decision not to have daughters. In the early 2000s, for every 100 girls born in India, 110 boys were born. In China, the figure was as high as 120. But in recent years, the number of girls has been rising again. Lakshmi in India, Johan and Yola in China. Two happy families and two examples of the comeback being experienced by girls. Lakshmi is growing up in this village located in the plains of the river Ganges.
My little sweetie.
Every day, her grandmother massages her body with oil warmed in the fire. 3 generations of her family live in this modest house.
Go on. Give her a little kiss.
Now aged 61, Sivapati Devi has lived through very different times, when girls were not as desirable as boys.
When a daughter is born, the father thinks, oh, a girl. But if it's a son, he realizes, oh, I have a son, a blessing. A son learns things at school and university. Why? Because in the end, he'll get a job and bring money home to his father. A girl doesn't bring money home. She'll get married one day and move in with her in-laws. From the very beginning, she belongs to another household. So why waste money on her?
In her family, she was one of 6 daughters, with only 1 brother. A cursed family according to the views of the time. 6 girls meant 6 dowries. Most marriages in India are still arranged. and the bride's family is expected to provide a dowry, often worth a considerable amount.
My son was given these cows as a dowry. They were a gift from my daughter-in-law's parents. People might give jewelry or money. Some even give cars, worth thousands of rupees.
This morning, Lakshmi's mother and grandmother are taking the little girl's 3 brothers to school, a place they themselves were never allowed to attend.
My brothers went to school, but I didn't. I always dreamed of getting an education, but my mother was on her own. How was I supposed to go to school? I had to help her, washing dishes, working in the kitchen, doing laundry.
Lakshmi will go to this school with her brothers.
I was walking by the river with my animals. That's when I saw some little fingers sticking out over there. I'll show you. It was here. The body was covered in dirt. You could only see the fingers sticking out. I stepped closer and saw the fingertips were moving. Her heart was beating, causing the ground to tremble slightly. Like this. Then she started crying, and I realized she was still alive. That's when I panicked and completely lost it. I ran to get help. It's a girl.
They named you Pari, or Little Angel. You were about 10 days old, but you didn't survive your injuries and died in the hospital on September 21st, 2025. That's all we know about you.
What did a baby ever do to deserve being buried alive? If people had such problems, they could have given her away. They should have given her to me. I would have raised her. She came from the earth and returned to the earth.
Although the number of infanticides in India has declined considerably, they are still a reality, one that is hard to ignore. It's something Jyoti Chowdhury refuses to accept.
So you can see, 9 days, child was killed. I can never get used to these articles.
While in the 1970s and 80s, many girls were killed shortly after birth, from the 1990s, the number of female feticides increased instead, with girls specifically being killed before birth through selective abortion.
In late 90s and early 2000s, the technology was everywhere. Ultrasound machines were there at small towns also. If I am determining the sex of my child, I can abort it and nobody will know. So the number became very high as compared to the infanticide.
Throughout India, there are disproportionately more men than women. The worst affected districts have fewer than 800 girls for every 1,000 boys. In 1994, the government took action, making it illegal to determine the sex of an unborn child. The police conducted sting operations.
And the sting operations were one of the key factors in implementation of the act.
Jyoti's aid organisation provides pregnant women to help police with these clandestine operations. The goal is to arrest doctors who illegally determine the sex of a fetus. In the 2010s, raids were conducted across the country.
5,000 rupees paid in advance, a pregnant woman as a decoy. An ultrasound machine was confiscated.
This footage was filmed by police after they arrested a doctor.
This bed is used for conducting the abortions.
This doctor was arrested with the equivalent of 300 euros in her hand, 20 times the usual price for an ultrasound.
What's this money? Why did you accept it?
These efforts and their coverage in the media generated widespread interest across the country. In recent years, significantly more girls have been born and lived past infancy. So the ratio of newborn girls to boys in India is narrowing, thanks also to creative solutions.
This is the baby hatch. If someone wants to abandon their unwanted child, they can place it here. As soon as you place a child in the cot, the baby's weight triggers a bell, alerting staff inside. Then they take care of the baby right away.
Jyoti doesn't want to encourage anyone to abandon their child, but the baby hatches located in several Indian states have saved thousands of girls.
For a parent, it can be tough.
I'm sorry, I'm getting emotional. Because I've seen people.
It's really tough for a mother to give up her child just like that. Even a miscarriage is hard. But to simply abandon a child after carrying it for 9 months and giving birth to it, to give it up under pressure from the family, that's tough.
The babies are taken into care by a government official.
This is where the children live. We currently have 5. Her name is Sia. She was found in a baby hatch a month ago, placed there anonymously.
You are so cute. How old was she when she came here?
She was abandoned on the day of her birth. Since then, she's put on weight and is growing well.
India is not the only country where the birth of a girl was long considered a misfortune. Families in China, especially in rural areas, also killed girls in order to have a son instead. In the southeastern Putian area, we see a different form of discrimination against women. Many girls here were sold at birth.
We're praying to the goddess Mazu.
Hu Jinxiang does not know her biological parents. She was sold at birth for 90 yuan, the equivalent of 2 months' wages for a labourer at the time. She has spent her entire life searching for her biological parents, but without success.
I pray that I will soon find my parents and my siblings. I miss them.
The family that bought her also officially adopted her at the age of 3 months. But very quickly, her role became that of a servant. She was essentially a slave.
When I was little, I had to work around the house every day. If I didn't work, I was beaten. My adoptive mother beat me every day. Here and here. It was very harsh.
In this region alone, tens of thousands of baby girls were sold between the 1960s and the 1990s. It was also a common practice elsewhere in China. This friend of hers was sold too.
Most children are adopted right after birth, and sometimes even while still in their mother's womb. This was very common. That's what happened to me. Our parents didn't have enough money to raise their children, and some thought they already had too many girls.
Hu Jinxiang's adoptive parents already had children, but they were treated differently.
My adoptive mother sent her biological children to school, but not me. She was afraid I'd run away. She had plenty to eat, and so did her son. We only got the leftovers. If I'd been a boy, my life would have turned out very differently.
In 1979, a historic decision by the Chinese government made baby girls more undesirable than ever. In response to a steep rise in the birth rate, China introduced the one-child policy. A tragedy for millions of families, especially the most conservative ones, who felt their one child absolutely had to be a boy. The number of selective abortions increased. To this day, it remains a taboo in China. According to a United Nations estimate in 2020, China's missing females number around 70 million. For many men, this has become a problem, especially among the lower income segments of the population. 30-year-old Niu Guancheng is a mechanic. He earns less than 1,000 euros a month. His modest salary is not enough to find a wife. He's been alone for 12 long years now. His desire to get married dominates his days. He spends his free time on dating apps. 2 months ago, he even hired a matchmaker.
The first girl she introduced me to said I was too tall. She doesn't like guys who are too tall or too stocky, she said. And then we talked about my family background, my income, my job, and at that point she didn't want to talk to me anymore. She said we weren't meant for each other. Honestly, it's been a real downer for me.
So, in order to find a partner, Guancheng asked his best friend for help. He's already married. The two friends are visiting an amusement park. They're going to see a well-known matchmaker with a reputation for matching couples right away. With nearly 300 million single men, China is the world's largest dating market.
Please stand back. Thank you.
Wang Po is a well-known figure in Chinese tradition, who functions as a clever and playful matchmaker. It's a fun alternative to dating apps that are often seen as cold and inflexible.
You're 26? What job do you do?
I'm a master's student.
Then come a little closer, my beauties. Oh, how cute. Just look at these girls.
All over the country, there are just guys. Now I'm no longer just competing with the boys from my area. It's big pressure.
So we have a girl. Now we need a guy over 18.
Over here, over here. There are way too many.
Luckily, I got married early. Lucky for me, I don't have to work hard to find someone.
I always thought I was pretty good looking. I never thought there'd be so many handsome guys here. The host hasn't even noticed me. The competition is really tough.
Guan Cheng will have to keep looking. According to the UN, in 2020, about 34% of Chinese men in his age group, 25 to 34, were single, compared to only around 19% of women. But China's young men won't always have this problem. Although more boys and girls are still being born in China, the birth rates are now almost balanced again, amazingly. That's partly due to the end of the one-child policy in 2015, but mainly to the country's rapid development and changing attitudes. In China, girls are back. "11 and 9-year-old Yuan and Yulu live in Shanghai. None of the neighbours in their building have boys.
Off you go, play.
Why do I have to practice?
If you don't practice, you can't learn to play the piano.
I don't want to practice anymore.
Give it a try. Just stay in time with the beat."
The two young girls in Shanghai are lucky. They can swim, the older one is taking art classes, while the younger one is learning piano. Their parents make sure they're happy and learning something.
I think 2 kids are better than 1. That way, the amount of attention they get is automatically divided between them. And now they can play together, so I don't have to keep such a close eye on them.
我就觉得2个可能就会好一些。
74-year-old Zhang Shunli is the grandmother of the 2 girls.
They say older people need muscles, right? Without muscles, you can't stay healthy.
The family is from Inner Mongolia. They spend their winter in Shanghai. Over the past few decades, Zhang Shunli has observed how Chinese society has changed.
At first, I thought you need at least 1 boy in every family for the sake of the elderly.
For centuries, sons in China always stayed with their parents and took care of them. As a girl, it was your duty to care for your in-laws once you were married.
People used to say a girl was like spilled water. Once she was born, it was as if you'd given her to another family, while you could keep a boy and expect to have grandchildren. Today, people often say it's good to have a girl. You have fewer worries. As they grow up, you notice that girls are more independent. And later on, you don't have to worry about finding them a place to live or anything like that. There's even a joke today. They say girls are like savings accounts, while boys tend to bring more debt. In the end, boys are a greater financial burden.
How can outdated views that are unhelpful be changed? Gurvi is just 12 years old, but she plans to be part of the change in India, starting today.
When a son is born, people stop having more children. But if it's a girl, they absolutely want another child, to have a boy. They think you need boys to carry on the family line. But why shouldn't I be able to carry on the family line?
For Gurvi, it's the final day of campaigning. She hopes to be elected as the head of a girls' council. The initiative aims to bring social change through the younger generation. In the very conservative state of Haryana, men control the village councils. Married women usually cover their heads and faces in the presence of men.
I'm running as a candidate. This is my symbol on the ballots. If I win, I'll have a tree planted every time a girl is born. I'll fight against inequality between boys and girls.
everyone between the ages of 11 and 17, both girls and boys, is eligible to vote. The driving force behind this project supporting women is a man.
There were 300 votes?
A father himself, he recruited these teenage girls, who are the ones most affected by the social inequality, to help fight for the lives of both unborn and baby girls.
The gender ratio in our region continues to improve, but it's still not balanced. Abortions still happen, but with these girls' councils, we can really change the situation. Just imagine, every time a girl is born in the village, the council will congratulate her parents. And the winner is...
Unfortunately, Gurvi was not successful.
Never mind, it's not so bad. Who will be our ambassador instead?
Sunil Jaglan has been working since 2010 to change attitudes towards women and girls. He has visited over 3,000 villages and universities. He also talks to pregnant women directly to persuade them not to have a selective abortion. One thing that makes him especially proud, he says that since 2013, more girls than boys have been born in his village of 5,000 residents. Sunil has 2 daughters himself. They were what inspired the campaign that has made him well known.
Nandini and Yachika, come here. Look at these selfies. Do you remember when we took these pictures?
In 2015, selfies were all the rage.
There I was 8 or 9, and they're 10.
My daughter was constantly taking selfies, so I took selfies too and posted them on social media with the hashtag #selfiewithdaughter. I left my phone number and people started sending me selfies too. Then on June 28, 2015, our Prime Minister, Narendra Modi, praised the initiative on a radio show and urged people to take selfies with their daughters. And that's when it went completely viral. Hollywood and Bollywood celebrities all over the world posted selfies with their daughters.
In the next 10 years, over 300,000 selfies were posted on Sunil's platform.
Those of you with a daughter or granddaughter, no matter what age, come here. I'll show you how to take proper selfies. I feel proud when I see the success of this campaign. We just started in a small village, but today the laughter is spreading everywhere.
And today this laughter came to your parents and grandmother, Lakshmi. 20 days after your birth, they organized a huge party in your honor, inviting the entire village.
She'll call me Grandma. I can hardly wait. We're just delighted to have a granddaughter. Lakshmi, you're a goddess.
Of course she'll go to college. I don't know what God has in store for her, but I'd like her to become a civil servant, a doctor, or an engineer.
Even in Shanghai, Sunil's campaign is inspiring others to follow suit. China and India, with a combined population of nearly 3 billion people, appear to have understood that humanity has no future without women.